To the Honorable Jeff Barrett, Vice Chairman and members of the Hawkins County Board of Commission and regular session met this 29th day of August 2022. The resolution in reference to approve $300,000 to be allocated to the Isaiah 117 house from the baby doe settlement. Whereas Hawkins County received $1,657,904.91 in settlement proceeds from the pharmaceutical and others under the baby doe opioid lawsuit, and whereas children in Hawkins County who are removed from their families by law enforcement and the Department of Children's Services need a place to feel safe while awaiting placement in a foster home, and whereas Isaiah 117 House is trying to establish a home in Hawkins County for the needs of children removed from their families involved in drug situations, and whereas Isaiah 117 House is a nonprofit organization that provides a company home where these children can be evacuated further until arrangements are made by the Department of Children's Services for their care. Isaiah 117 House will provide clean clothes, toys, blankets, and friendly and loving volunteers to make these children feel safe. Therefore, be it resolved that $300,000 of the endopharmaceutical, aka Baby Doe lawsuit settlement funds be allocated to the Isaiah 117 House, and that they meet all Hawkins County guidelines for nonprofit donations. Mr. Chairman, I so move.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gibson. Resolution number 6 is being presented by Commissioner Gibson. It's got a second by Commissioner Goins. And Commissioner Gibson, do you have some people you'd like to recognize?
Yes, I do have two people that I would like to recognize from the Isaiah House. One of them is Allison Osborne. You care to come up front? And the other is Arizona Henderson. You come up front, please. Because they will, people are going to have questions, and you can explain what you need to explain.
Absolutely.
And then answer the questions.
If we can, could we keep the presentation, try to keep it to 3 minutes? 3 minutes each, please.
Okay. My name is Allison Osborne. I'm the expansion coordinator for Hawkins and Hancock County Isaiah 117 House. If you're not familiar with the house, Isaiah 117 House is there for children on removal day by DCS. So instead of going to the DCS office while they wait placement, they can come to an Isaiah 117 house where they're met at the door with love. They can have a shower. We provide these children with all new clothing, toiletries, shoes, any food they want. We're there to just reduce the trauma for them on removal day. Right now, Hawkins and Hancock County are the only counties in the northeast region of DCS that do not have a house. So children in Hawkins County are currently either waiting at the office, or if there's room available in one of the surrounding homes, then they are going to the surrounding homes. So our closest ones are Greene County and Sullivan County, and Sullivan County is up by the racetrack. So it could be a very long drive for these children on what's considerably the worst day of their life. I'm gonna turn it over to Arizona. She's gonna tell us a little bit about her experience.
I'm Arizona Henderson, and I want to share with you a little part of my story and how the Isaiah House came into play. I've been faced with many challenges in life. For one, I didn't get to experience love like some kids do by their parents, which caused me a lot of heartache. I was also sexually assaulted by a family friend, and when I spoke up, I wasn't believed. I partied, I drank, I smoked. That led me to have 3 charges by the age of 15. I was then placed in a DCS custody because my parents said they didn't want me anymore. I was then took to the DCS office, and I was in a tiny room alone with just a TV. Did they think I wanted to watch TV? Did they think I could focus on the TV in a time like that? Worst day of my life was my removal day. I was alone for hours in that room with my thoughts. I didn't know where I was going. I was hurting. I was then placed in a group home. After my 6-month stay was over, I was placed back home just for my parents to quit complying with what was asked of them to do for me. Guess what? I was placed back in the DCS custody, only this time they didn't take me to the DCS office. They took me to a place called the Isaiah 117 House. I walked in and I was met with love. If you don't know what love is, read 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4 through 8. They talked to me, they listened to me, they hugged me, and my favorite part is they fed me Burger King. I also had 3 pairs of clothes, give or take, when I walked in, but by the time I left, I had more than I had in my lifetime. Also to mention, they was brand new. That was a big deal to me, that they thought I was worth buying new clothes. But what was a bigger deal to me was they was strangers that chose to love me regardless if they knew me or not. Therefore, the Isaiah House isn't a permanent placement, but it'll always feel like home when you walk in. Kids face different challenges, but one thing I know for sure is they can take something from the Isaiah House, whether it's a toys, clothes, or hope for the next chapter of their lives. The Isaiah House is a good description of love. Anyways, I'm a walking testimony of God's grace and love, and this is even a third of my story. Just know it's all for the glory of God, and God is for you to be in it. Thank y'all for your time.
Any questions?
Okay, Commissioner Fields, I believe, you're first on the board, I believe, sir.
Just have a couple of questions, clarification questions, I guess. And first of all, it's a wonderful, beautiful thing, what y'all are doing, what you wanna do, and I commend you for it. The money, we're looking with $300,000. Is it gonna purchase a house here? Is it gonna fund a house somewhere else?
It'll stay here in Hawkins County.
Okay, so are we looking at getting a place here somewhere? Are you already have a place, y'all have a place in mind picked out already that?
We're thinking the Rogersville area, so it'll be conveniently located to the DCS office.
So the 300 will stay in Hawkins County. I'm not trying to say that other counties can't use our money too, I'm just, I think you know what I'm saying.
The whole 300 will stay here in Hawkins County.
Okay, good deal. That's pretty much what I need tonight. Thank you.
Okay, Commissioner Thacker.
My one question was, is this gonna be a one-time donation?
Yes.
Unless you want more, you will come back.
Well, yeah.
We generally
Come back.
have fundraising
Yeah.
events that how we raise our money. It's fundraising events.
Okay, that was the question I had. Thank you.
Okay, who's next on the board up there? Commissioner Burrell, go ahead.
I withdraw my question, I got mine.
Okay, let's go to, I guess, Commissioner Edens.
This is probably one of the most important things we've voted on in 4 years, so I'm all for it. I also want to change a little bit, maybe it says families involved in drug situations. I'd like to make an amendment that says just from their families, because there's different situations that come up that doesn't have to involve drugs, that these children have to be pulled out of the houses.
Okay, here you go.
I'm sorry.
Please, my comment.
I forgot about that. That's a low rent unit, so No, like I said, I think this is one of the most important things we voted on in the last 4 years. Also, I'd like to change or make an amendment to this where it says children removed from their families involved in drug situations, because there's other situations that come besides drugs that we need to be able to take care of kids for. So just the formality to change that, make it a little key.
Mr. Chairman, I'll second that motion.
Give us just a minute, we're gonna make a minute. So they involved in every situation. Commissioner Higgins, just to clarify, you just want to strike involved in drug situations.
Yeah, just says for the needs of the children removed from their families.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not on the board, but I would add that probably an oversight on my part, that we just, we were looking at, we did not mean to exclude anybody. This is for anybody that's removed by DCS.
Well, the first thing you think of.
That's the intention.
I know, anything, first thing you think of is drugs. I mean, we're used to that, but I just want to clarify that just in case.
Thank you, boss.
Okay, I believe I've got a motion on the floor, but I think somehow, Commissioner Alice, I think I've overlooked you.
Thank you. Do you all have a board of directors? We do, yes. I'll come on.
I'm gonna call Ryan up here, he's our director of finance.
Yes, Commissioner Alice, we do. Will we be receiving a, financial report every quarter maybe?
Absolutely, that's not a problem at all. We do, of course, to be a 501c3 nonprofit charity, we submit an annual audit financial progress on the Hawkins County, location as well as organizational financials at your request.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I believe, Commissioner Ellis, I'm sorry about that, I overlooked you there somehow. Okay, we're going back then, I guess this time we'll go to, Commissioner Eaton's amendment, which we have a second by Commissioner Roach. So, is there any discussion on the amendment to the resolution? Okay, seeing none, we will vote on the amendment. So, cast your votes.
Yes, 3 absent.
Okay. Okay, now then, we will vote on the resolution as amended. If there's no discussion. Oh, sorry, Commissioner Trent.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm at Arizona a few years ago in Kingsport City School System. It's hard for me to talk about this, that crime. She's a beautiful person, inside and out. I don't know how she did it. I've heard of some of the most intimate details of her life, and they were not pretty. She has turned out to be a wonder young lady. And if Isaiah has to do this for her, it can do it for others. Thank you, Isaiah.
Okay, Commissioner Roach.
I know Arizona a little bit, we kind of go to the same church, and I just want to say Arizona, I was a DCS custody kid too. I never told you that part, nobody really knows that. I was lucky enough that my aunt was my foster mom, so I was pretty blessed there. But I had a day where I was taken from my dad, released in the back of the police car. And I was a Hawkins County kid, the juvenile judge before Judge Boyd was the one that gave me my aunt. So I want to say there wasn't an Isaiah 117 house for me. She was a single mom with 2 kids of her own. And I want to thank you all for what you're doing. She made it work. Let me tell you, I call her mom. She's pretty awesome. But I think she would have benefited in a great way if I'd had a place to go, or if there was a time in the interim where I could have gone before I was placed. And in my case, it was drugs. It was a lot of those things. So Arizona, I want to tell you, proud of you. And though I don't know you really well, I watch you from a distance. And I look forward to seeing the difference that this house is going to have in our community, because for a kid like me, it really makes a difference. Thank you all.
Okay, Commissioner Goins. Oh, I'm sorry, you seconded the motion. Okay. Sorry about that, everybody. I'm looking at my screen and I'm looking up there and getting a little crossed up, but anyway. Okay.
It's an awesome thing.
Okay, I believe we are, unless there's any more questions or discussion, we're ready to vote on the resolution as amended. So, everybody cast your votes.
Yes, 3 absent.